Big talks last week on the future of the Kansas City Chiefs and Royals in Missouri. Royals ownership has said that they plan to leave the Truman Sports Complex when their lease expires in 2031. And Kansas wasting no time jumping at that opportunity, already offering up a funding package. Missouri came up with an incentive package to help the team too, but leaders failed to pass that last week. Governor Mike Kehoe has hinted at the possibility of a special session to give lawmakers more time to decide.
No date will be easy, but that, again, is a critical piece of economic development that I'd like to see us make sure we can solidify our offer with a legislative approval.
Well, and despite the last-minute push, Kehoe said House and Senate leadership have been working with team officials for the past 3 months to explore different options. Well, and earlier today, KSHB 41 News reporter Lily O'Shea Becker went out to the Truman Sports Complex and talked with both Royals and Cardinals fans before their game, weighing in on how Missouri could keep its teams.
As the I-70 series wraps up here in Kansas City, conversations about how to keep the Royals in Missouri ramped up in Jefferson City this week. We spoke with fans from both sides of the state about how they're feeling about it.
As long as I stay in Kansas City, I'd be happy, but preferably I think baseball belongs downtown.
I just want the Royals to stay here. This is home.
As someone who lives in Overland Park, I would say come over to Overland Park if you want to move over there, and I'd be okay with that.
While Royals fans have their opinions about the future home of the team, so do their rivals, Cardinals fans. And there's another long-standing rivalry at play. Missouri versus Kansas.
Missouri doesn't need to lose another team, so.
We don't want that at all. I mean, that'd be a tragedy. Yeah, I mean, the Royals are part of Missouri, as well as the Chiefs.
Judicial. I work for the Missouri State Park System. The park system is partially funded by a sales tax. And the sales tax, if it goes into Kansas, that sales tax may go to Kansas.
St. Louis sports fans know what it's like to lose a team.
There's still a lot of negative feelings about the Rams leaving and going to L.A.
Missouri is now at bat, trying to counteroffer Kansas's Star Bonds package. The bill passed last June and could partially fund stadium projects in Kansas. On Friday, Governor Mike Kehoe hinted at calling a special session after a similar bill in Missouri failed to pass.
It's a very competitive environment on the west side of the state for those teams.
It's the border rivalry at play, but wherever the Royals are, loyal fans are there too.
Regardless of what side of the state line they're on, I'm a fan and will continue to support them.
Reporting at Kauffman Stadium, Lily O'Shea Becker, KSHB 41 News.
Lily, thank you. And we're monitoring the situation if the governor calls a special session or if either team makes a decision before the Kansas deal expires in June.